Om Shanti. Am I audible? Okay.
Yes, sister.
Okay. Yeah. So hoping that all of you are doing very great, even if outer situation is agile, but internally strong. Yes. So ये सेशन हमारा हमें इंटरैक्टिव बनाना है. So I hope all of you first of all switch on your cameras, and even if आप स्विच ऑन नहीं कर पाते बट चैट थ्रू तो रिप्लाई कर ही सकते हैं, बराबर. So yeah, so moving on. So we welcome all of you to our webinar series, Self-Empowerment Through Meditation. Okay. So today's session will focus on using soul powers to manage the self. And before, about the organization, sister, आप slide change करेगा. Okay, so about the organization, Prajapita Brahma Kumaris Ishwarya Vishwavidyalaya is a worldwide spiritual movement founded in 1936 by Prajapita Brahma for the betterment of the society. And not just a betterment of the society, but हमारा ये लक्ष्य है that स्व परिवर्तन से हम विश्व परिवर्तन कर सकते हैं, एक नई दुनिया की स्थापना कर सकते हैं. So इस great vision के साथ organization have a total of 21 wings under the Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation. So according to people needs, surroundings and backgrounds, we have designed these wings to serve all corners of the world. And who are we? So we are the IT professionals who practice Raj Yoga meditation on a daily basis and apply the learning in our daily lives. Now Raj Yoga meditation has become part of our lives. So based upon what we receive and what our lives transform, we are here to share with you all. And most of the people across different organizations have benefited from these meditation practices. So intention is pure, knowledge is simple, and the important part is learning how to apply this knowledge and principles in our lives and through our lives, like हमारी work area, हमारे घर, everywhere हम happiness कैसे ला सकते हैं. So we have our own renowned speaker with us today, Sister BK Archana. So उनका quickly हम introduction देना चाहेंगे. She is the director, founder, coach and consultant at Winstar Consulting. She has been practicing Raj Yoga meditation for the last 19 years and has spread her experience across various mediums like NGOs, educational institutes, etc. Also, she has 25 plus years of corporate experience and she is a member of the board of directors at the International Association of Facilitators. So I won't be taking much time now and I would like to hand over this session to Sister Archana. Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti and hearty welcome to all of you who have joined us from India and even outside of India. I'm very delighted to be part of this series. And here we are today with the third session. So, sister, would you like me to share my slides or will you be sharing them? And hearty welcome.
Om Shanti, you can share your slides.
From India and even outside of India. Okay, thank you. So we have seen the orientation of all the 8 powers within, and now we are diving deeper. Last session, we covered the first 2 powers, which were the power to withdraw. We again practiced. We covered for some people who had joined for the first time. And this time I have seen that brother has shared the previous 2 sessions link also for those of you who have missed the previous sessions. I believe you would have watched and come to this webinar. If you have not watched them and come here today, you are most welcome, and I'm sure you'll be able to make most of the session and you can go back and watch the previous sessions. So we discussed about the power to pack up, and we discussed and we also looked at the practice meditation of traveling light, of being a light traveler. So before I begin, can I have a quick round of interaction from all of you to understand that where you are in a journey together and what are you looking forward to our time together today, 90 minutes. I'll be talking about the power to tolerate and power to accommodate, and we'll be practicing because it's a work. It's not only about listening and I'm talking and you're listening. It's a work that all of us are going to do together. So can I have a quick round of we are a small family, so if you can come on the video it will be great. If you're not in a position to come on the video, it will be great if you can come on the audio and share your name and where you're from and how you're associated with Brahma Kumaris. How did you get to know about this session? And if this is your first one. Yeah, I can see Brother Rajan. Would you like to share about yourself? We can't hear you. You'll go. Yeah.
Hello. Om Shanti, can you hear me?
Hello there.
I can't hear. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, very well.
Oh, okay. Om Shanti, sisters, brothers. I can you hear me? Yeah? Okay, clearly? Can you?
Yes, brother, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Rajan. I'm from Malaysia, in fact, Kuala Lumpur. I'm also a VK for almost 25 years. It's a knowledge. Thank you. That's all for me.
Most welcome. Okay. So awesome to have you here. We need that kind of a harvest for deep dives on the spiritual powers together. Yeah, Sister Smita, would you like to talk about yourself?
Om Shanti. Yes, I'm BK Smita. I am past part of the hosting team, and I am with Baba's Knowledge for last few years. So yeah, I've been participating in this session, sister. Om Shanti.
Okay, we'll co-create the session. Thank you for joining in. We see someone, Brother Hasmukh, and then we see Guldane. I believe you had joined last time also from Turkey, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, I am
Would you like to talk
Güldane.
about
My name
yourself?
is Güldane. Güldane. Yes, I am joining from Turkey, and 4 or 5 years I am studying Brahma Kumaris with Brahma Kumaris, and also I am proud of to say that I am the old 1985 computer programmer, software development person, so that I am very proud of doing this job in my past life, so that if I need, I can ask a question to you. Okay, to you. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. So we are all here reprogramming the software inside this hardware body. Okay. So would you like to share, Brother Dipankar?
Om Shanti,
Okay.
sister.
Anyone else? Priyanka?
Yeah. Om Shanti, sister. Yes, I am also the Baba children, and for
Anybody?
last
Yeah.
for 4.5
Mhm.
years, and I have come across to several test papers in my life and all, and the life has become very from the busy life to the very easy life after joining the Brahma Kumaris and all. I have been attending the IT conference for last 2 years and regularly going to the classes and all. I never missed Murli. and I always listen and try to practice in my life, and also
Very nice.
following up.
Very nice to
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
You
Om Shanti.
Yeah. Is this the first one you have joined in the series of 8 powers?
Yes,
You-
I missed the other two because I was traveling for the work and all. But today I'm attending. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right. So anybody else who would like to come and share where you have joined from and how long is your journey with Brahma Kumaris? Anybody who has never joined any session of Brahma Kumaris and first time has come to this session today? All right. So I see that some people are still joining in and some have joined in. So here we are at 4:11 and let's get started with a small meditation. So can I request Brother Pita Basha to please play that small video that we have used as a practice for homework also, 3-minute video, to just focus on ourselves, switch on the light within in your mirror image and then inside of you and just
Shanti, which one is that?
the 3-minute video, brother, that
3 minutes
we are
video.
working on laptop and we
Okay.
just take a pause and focus within and be still. It is now come on the IT Wing YouTube handle also. I had just seen 3 days ago.
Let me see that.
Thank you. I hope all of you have got seated in your seat as the master of the sense organs. And this exercise has been helpful to you as a practice that we had discussed. That whilst working also, every 2 hours, we withdraw like a tortoise from all the sense organs, all the situations. While seeing also, we don't see. While hearing also, we don't hear. And we're just going within and being seated in the center of forehead in our original seat. That is the power to withdraw. If we develop this power, if we develop this muscle, the power to withdraw, then we have seen the usage of it, that it helps us to stabilize quickly in any situation, in any adverse situation. We can go within and give a thoughtful response. So there are many benefits and usage of every power. The more we emerge these powers, the more we practice them, the more it will become strong. Just like we have seen that when we practice in gym, a particular muscle or particular workout, then that becomes strong. So the more we practice soul consciousness and each of these powers, the more I'll just share the full screen. Yeah, so here is the overview of all the 8 powers. We just experienced the first power. Very quickly, we withdrew from all the sense organs and came in our original seat as I am the master, I am the valuable shining star, I am capable. All these affirmations that we have given to ourselves, that is the first step in self-empowerment, right? Coming in our own self-awareness, coming in our own self-image, withdrawing from sense organs and from the outside environment and being seated. Then the next power that we saw was the power to pack up. That packing up from all the unnecessary and negative and things that we don't need from the past or too much into the future, but being into the present, being more available with only the necessary and good. And this is also power to let go of what is not useful to me, decluttering of the mind and keeping it simple. Now today we are going to be discovering and experiencing and working on the power to tolerate and power to accommodate. And we have also covered already to certain extent the power to discern and power to decide. So we'll also be going deeply into these 2 powers. But before we get into these 2 powers, we'll first experience the power to tolerate and power to accommodate. Will that be okay? Okay, so I'm just doing a recap of the usage and benefit and practice of power to withdraw and the power to pack up that we have seen before. So it helps in stabilizing in the mind, like not too many fluctuations, will not go too high, too low. If we go too high, we can easily get too low also, right? So being able to stabilize, like for example, if something we like very much, if we like something to eat, or if you've just come from outside, it was too hot and suddenly you're in an AC. So if you have the habit of going too low, you may go too high and something is like, oh my God, wow, it's so cool. Thank God, finally there is AC. Okay, and if the AC is not there, then we might just suddenly sulk in also. So small things might disturb our energy, deplete our energy when things are not according to us. So this power to stabilize helps us to be stable in any situation. Yeah, so being stable within, we have also discussed how Janki Dadi had the same, brain wave in all the adverse situations, in normal situation while working also. So meditation and soul consciousness helps us to stabilize. Then we've also seen how it helps us to detach from the negatives whenever things are negative around us. So how we can quickly observe the whole situation as an observer, ourselves as an actor into that role, and also observe our own self and quickly detach from the negative emotions that are running within. It also helps us to silence the chaos that goes on sometimes, a lot of anxious thoughts. Why this happened to me? Why only me? Why things are like that? Why is it not working? All the why. With all the why is a cycle of negative pattern. So it helps us to come, put a full stop, start afresh from a space of what is working well, what is already there, what can we do about it, more solution oriented thinking. So this is how this power is helpful. And then we can come to a good decision, because only in a silent mind we can make a thoughtful decision and respond rather than having a flight, fright, or freezing response. We can give a, instead of having a reaction, we will get into a response mode where we know what we are doing and we know the consequences of it. And this power is also helpful in introspection. This is the first power in self-empowerment, that we withdraw, we come, we be seated in our own original self, in our awareness, we become stabilized, we come into our own affirmation, self-respect, that I am the master of all my sense organs. I am capable, I am valuable, I can, be in harmony with my thoughts, with my speech, and with my actions. And we also did some introspection, self-reflection in the life story, where we are, what stories are running in our life as an actor from childhood till now, which stories are in the middle, which stories have closed, which new stories are starting. So this mental pause helps us to introspect overall at a life level. Also on a daily basis, every 2 hours we can check what is the quality of thought, what is going on inside, and replacing it with a positive one. And the practice we just did, switch on the light. It is as simple as you switch on a light. Simply you switch on the button and you come into your original self in the center of the forehead. We had done this through the mirror technique. Seeing yourself into the mirror and then switching on the light in the image in the mirror, and then feeling that same light within. And then spreading the light in your body from the camera of your mind in your inside body and then outside of you. Then we did a reflection of where am I today in my life story. All of this you can see in the previous videos. What's my hope for myself? What's God's hope for me? And what is life calling me to do? And then we talked about the power to pack up. We discussed about letting go of the emotional baggage. How this power is helpful in decluttering the mind and organizing the life. Focus in the present and enjoying the gifts, being available, not going into the past, not going into the future. Then we saw the double light traveler, how we can travel light. We did the flying carpet meditation exercise and the light worker, how as a light worker we can spread light into the world. So now we'll do one small exercise to let go. We ended last time on the previous slide with the meditation exercise. Now we will use this power to become life and then move on to the next power. Is that okay? All right. So be very still and be seated upright with your both legs open, the palms also in an open gesture. Resting on your legs and take few deep breaths. Gently breathe in. breathe in to the count of 6 and hold your breath to the count of 8 and then breathe out to the count of 10. So very slowly and very gently feel your breath as you breathe in. Repeat this 3 times and feel your body weight onto the chair. With every breath in, also feel the light of peace flowing inside your body. Now, in this relaxed state of mind, if it is helpful, you can close your eyes. Otherwise, with open eyes, think of one challenging relationship that is in your life right now, where someone is always pulling you down, or that relationship is really an obstacle in your happiness. You want that relation to be really good. Think of that person, bring that person, look at them in the center of their forehead, and say these 4 things with me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You are a very nice soul. Think of their good qualities. Right now, you are into this role and this script. But you are a very kind and nice person. I am sure you will come into your original self. And soon, you will behave from your best version, as God's hope is in you. I free you and I forgive you from my mind, from all that has conspired. I'm thankful to you for finishing her karmic account. I let you go from my mind with all the negative stories, and I pledge to look at you only in your highest self-respect. I respect you from the bottom of my heart as another soul in your costume, child of God. Thank you. I hope this exercise, if continued for 21 days, will be definitely helpful to you, and you can share your experiences with us over email. This exercise has helped many people to resolve interpersonal conflicts just through the power of letting go of the negative from the mind, and first releasing and empowering yourself to stop the depletion of your energy, to stop the depletion of your mind by holding on to the negative experiences, not so good experiences, not happy experiences. So now we want to pack up. We want to pack up from all that is not useful in mind and be light, so that as a light traveler, you can enjoy the journey of life ahead. And we don't have so much of baggage, emotional baggage. Whether it's a workplace situation or at home, you can practice this. You are my good friend. I wish you all the success. I wish you a lot of peace and strength. Give lot of good wishes. Say all the good things about the person. Forgive them. Forget all the negative stories in the mind. Ask for forgiveness in mind. This is a technique to use the power of let go, pack up, and have only the essential things, and be in the present moment, not going too much into the past, not going too much into the future. So is there anybody who would like to share something here? You have any questions on this power, or shall we move on to the next one? Please feel free to raise your hand and sister will unmute you, or you can share on the chat message also. Similarly, we can use this power to let go of any negative habits. You can sit in introspection, note down what is one habit or one sanskar that is troubling me as well as everybody else in my relationships at work and at home. So we can use the 80-20 rule where 80% of the problems can be solved for self and others and be more empowered by working on 20% of habits. It could be simple habit of procrastination. That is how then we build up stress by procrastinating things, doing things in the last minute, and losing credibility even in relationships. So it could be any habit, very small, tiny habit, which is not like a big burden as yet, but just by working on it, we might create a 80% impact. Or any other habit that you think where you are feeling the slave of that habit or that sanskar. So if you come seated using the power of withdrawal in your own sense, master of your own sense organs, master of yourself, and operating from that space of capability and strength, you can work on your own solutions. When you start listening to yourself, solutions are all inside of us. Just using these powers help us to become light, to let go of the habits that are not useful to you, and imbibe the new one, because the mind always tries to occupy with something. If it is not occupied with something positive, it tends to go into the negative direction. So always we have to have a timetable for the mind also, that we have a timetable for physical activities like a routine, waking up till night, what we are going to be doing when. But if we also attach a timetable to the mind, what to think at what time, so that we are in the present moment, then we can use the power to let go and power to pack up. And we're also making ourselves more powerful, more master of mind. So I'll share a very nice example. Like there could be certain things that you do in your everyday life, like preparing your meal or making a cup of tea, if you are just, or even combing your hair. So any activity that you do in the morning after your morning meditation, connecting with yourself, if you're just present in that task, small activities, like even if you are taking bath or getting ready or pressing your shirt, if you are just not thinking about the past, future, or anything else, whatever we are consuming, the information from the internet, news, content, etc., then we are increasing our inner power in that moment. And also storing, if we are thinking some positive thought, then we are storing that positive thought into that task also, into that vibration also. So if you're cooking something and you're spreading out love, very lovefully you're cooking, and you're also having the energy of love, feeling the love from God, and that continuously we're sending out vibrations from our eyes. Eyes are windows to the soul. So whatever we are thinking is emitting out all the time to all the tasks and all the relationships. So the power to pack up is helpful to be in the present moment and to use that power to our benefit. If you are pressing a shirt or a kurta or sari, and if you're doing it with lot of love, say for over the weekend, you prepare your clothes for the week to wear. If you're doing it with the energy of love, not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, but with lot of love, with lot of presence, you're doing that activity. So say someday you slept very late because of overworking or something like that, and next day also you have some important meeting you're very overwhelmed, you didn't get time to meditate. But just the minute you wear that shirt, you'll come into your power, because you had already stored that energy over the weekend in a relaxed mindset into that shirt. That vibration comes to you. If you have drank your, glass of water in the morning with the energy of love, that has gone into all your cells and it has become part of you. So that energy is helpful to you. If you packed your tiffin with a lot of love, with the energy of love, you cooked it with a lot of power in God's remembrance, and you have offered it even to God during your prayers just before going ahead for the day. If you just meditate, sit and meditate, even with that, food that you offer to God first, and then you mix it in your tiffin and take it. At work, probably you've forgotten, you couldn't even get time to, think about all the things, nice things that we hear on these webinars and in the morning meditation session. But the minute by the time it's lunchtime and you eat that food, you suddenly come into your own powers. You come into that nice vibration where you're feeling more empowered. So these are the, key small techniques to use the power to pack up, attach it with our activities, and get into our empowered self to deal with life with ease and in a more powerful state. So you have any questions here, how to use this power to pack up? Okay, so we are good so far. All right, so moving on to the power to tolerate. So what do you see on the picture? I would like to have some voices around now. Who would like to share your insight by looking at the picture? In this picture, there is a mango tree. One boy is throwing a stone, and the mango tree is only throwing the mangoes down. If it hits the mangoes come down. Yeah. And there is another picture where we see that a tree is standing in a storm situation and it is flexible. It is bending slightly to the left side. Yeah, please go ahead. Yes, I heard someone wanting to share. Should I keep the picture in front so you can see the picture and share your thoughts? We have the title and we have the picture. So what insights come to your mind when you think about power to tolerate? What does this mean to you? How do you associate in your daily life?
Yeah, so no matter what the boy is doing, tree is always tree is not bothered about the boy is throwing a stone. It is still giving.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, it's unaffected. It is doing only what it is supposed to be doing. It's always in its own nature. Right. So, and we can also see that this tree here, it is a flexible tree. When the storm comes, what happens? The trees which are not flexible, they fall down. And the trees which are flexible, they go this way, that way, as the wind is making them. And they become very flexible. And when the storm is gone, they come back to their own original position. So these metaphors are actually here to, easily associate with all the treasures and powers that are within us and how we use them in multiple situations. Because there is a paradox also. If you have too much of one thing and use the wrong thing in the wrong situation, then that is also not good. So how to have a balance of these powers also, and when to use which one. That is why we have these metaphors, so we can easily understand through the pictures and metaphors what it means, what to do when. So we are using these pictures in Brahma Kumaris. We have pictures for all the self-awareness and inner powers and inner values, to make it easy. When we went to school also, we learned A for apple, B for boy with pictures, right? So because our mind understands the language of picture. So the usage of this power is to bounce back, to increase the resilience within. So now what does this mean? Bounce back, increase resilience. Any idea? Who would like to share? Anybody? Feel free to share your insights. The usage part. When do you think the power to tolerate is most useful? Share any experiences where you think you have used the power to tolerate in your life and it was useful to you.
Yeah, so even if you got hurt, I mean, first of all, you shouldn't get hurt. You should be unaffected. But let's say, even if you got hurt, you bounce back quickly and you come back to your normal behavior. That's one bounce back example.
Okay. What else? Any other deeper examples? Okay, so during pandemic, some people would have had very adverse situations, and even during any natural disaster, some people have very adverse situation. So, some people will take forever to come back to life, and some people will just decide, okay, I have to put a full stop, and now I have to look forward, and they will continue with the life. So you will see how that is a time you can see the power to tolerate, power to bounce back when things are not according to us, and yet being able to tolerate it. Being resilience, like, resilience pressure you would have studied in the physics also, like when there is tension, increase in the wire, then the more higher the resilience, higher the tension can be sustained. But if the resilience is less, then the wire will break down. So this is the power that prevents us from breaking down when things are really, really hard and really, really against us. We are really in a stormy situation, yet standing tall and being flexible in that situation to mold what is required in that situation, do the right things, and come back to life, bounce back to life. Sometimes people go through very adverse kind of, accidents in life, and we have seen them breaking records in Olympics. So many examples are there. If you remember of someone or something recently, please share. How many of you watch cricket? Any examples? Very recent example from the T20 World Cup that's going on in America now. How many of you know Rishabh Pant and his story? Feel free to share, because this is a small family, group, and I would like to have your insights also so that we can co-create. It's a work that we are doing together. I know in an online world it's very difficult to have those kind of conversations, yet let's try to create that reflective and sharing open environment. I will be sharing this small story. If something comes to your mind from your own personal life experience also, we are happy to hear that. So Rishabh Pant is a new cricketer, and he was doing very well in his life, in the cricket career. He was is very well known. For those of you who don't watch cricket much, I just get to understand from family. I'm also not a TV buff as such, but in family surroundings, neighbors, you get to know, right? So he was going to see his mother in hometown as a surprise. He didn't inform anybody, and he was going driving. He met up with a huge accident, and he had a lot of back injury, etc. People thought his career is finished, his career is over. But here he is in the T20 World Cup playing, and not only playing, but he took so many catches, so many wickets, and he also scored great runs. And he was awarded as man of the match for one of the matches. And Ravi Shastri, the previous cricketer, he praised him for his coming back and making a comeback with that kind of a strength after that kind of a history. Not too late, just during pandemic, I think, or late after the pandemic, this incident had happened not too long ago. So quickly. So where is that power? He could have thought, oh, my life is finished. Why this happened to me? His family could have also thought, iske saath hi aisa kyun hua, etc. I just started my career. He could have sulked, right, and gone into that story. But what did he do? He put a full stop and he decided to make a comeback. And when you go into that kind of a mode that you are into denial of, okay, mujhe kuch nahi hua, I'm okay, everything is okay with me, then your brain and your body also takes that command and you come back. There's so many stories onto the internet you can see on the comeback. So this is the power to tolerate. This is where people are empowered with that power of tolerance, tolerating what is not according to you, tolerating what is a sudden shock, tolerating what is adverse. And we all have that power. We just need to, it's only a decision away, it's only a thought away. Once we come into that awareness and we decide to use that power, we all can use that power. So that is the benefit of power to tolerate. It's also usage and also benefit. The more we use any power, even in simple day-to-day situations, tolerating small things like when you're feeling hot, when you're feeling cold, just not being too much complaining about it. You have to solve it. I'm not saying that don't use AC or don't use an umbrella. I mean, we have all the physical comforts, but not being impacted by absence of it. When it's there also fine, when it's not there also fine. No complaint. Basically, having an attitude of not complaining is helpful in building our power to tolerate. And it helps in building a positive mindset, putting a stop to what is negative, what is not according to us, and build a positive mindset. It helps also in creating good interpersonal skills. This power is very, very useful when we are, amongst people at workplace and also at home. It helps us to increase the flexibility, and we can do the practice through a small meditation called 4-season meditation. And then we'll also increase this practice into application stage. Okay. So ready, everybody, for a small meditation exercise? Can we have some nice instrumental background music? Or I'll share it from my end. Otherwise, what happens if we share from two different places the audio now? Then it's not
Yeah, only one person, one laptop can share. So
yeah, okay. Just give me a minute. Until then, you can practice your breathing, deep breathing, go within. Is the sound audible?
yes, sir.
The music is coming?
Yeah.
Okay. So be very still. Take deep breaths. See where you can feel your breath the most. Is it near your stomach? Is it in your diaphragm?
Audio is not there, sister.
My audio or the music?
Music.
Not there. Okay. Is it there now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So feel your body weight onto the chair. Be very still, relaxed yet alert. Feel your breath. Switch on the light in the center of your forehead. Spread the light within. From head to toe. Feel the light of peace flowing. Now see a flying carpet right in front of you. Step onto the carpet with the body of light, and guess what? You're flying outside your home and traveling far away to a huge green landscape. There are so many trees out there, and you're attracted to a very large and old tree. You decide to sit under that tree to experience the calmness for some time. And in that experience, you're feeling so grounded under the shade of this large tree, feeling so comfortable and protected. You're enjoying the breeze from this tree, the fresh oxygen that's flowing inside of you and empowering you. Starting in Jan, this is the spring season. Not too cold, not too hot, close to February and March. So many beautiful flowers that you see around in this garden of trees and beautiful flowers. And a huge green landscape. You're enjoying this spring season. You feel so strong and beautiful, so confident and nice. And you move through the summer season. In India, after spring, we immediately get summer. In other countries, you may get other season. If you get autumn first, pardon me for that, let's imagine that we are into the summer season. And what do you observe around? Heat, the summer heat. Slowly the flowers are fading away. Some trees are very badly affected due to the encroaching heat, summer days, bright shining days. Only the branches are seen. Leaves are drying up. You feel a warm breeze. And you see that this tall, strong tree is unaffected where you're sitting. It's shading some leaves, but yet it is very strong. Moving on to the monsoon season. You see, the rains and showers are coming up finally. And the trees that were drying up, you suddenly start to see some green shoots even in those trees. And you feel and experience that nice smell of mud with the rainwater as the rains start coming. You're enjoying this nice showers after encroaching heat below this tree, as you have made your place below this tree to observe all the seasons. And you're feeling again hale and hearty, fresh, and you're dancing in the rain as the rain is coming even more nicely. You're playing below the tree, you're enjoying the rain. And then suddenly there are storms and thunderstorms. So many trees are being washed out, falling down, branches are falling down. There is flood and storm kind of situation. You're afraid what's going to happen now. And you're holding on strong to this tree. You have come so close to the bark. And you feel the strength just by holding to this tree, this huge tree which has its roots much below the earth. It's so tall in the air and it has a very strong root. And just by holding close to this tree, you feel so strong and empowered. This tree is bending downwards as the wind flows to the left. Again, if it goes to the right, it comes slightly to the right, towards the right. Even sometimes, so many branches are completely coming down. It's flexible according to the wind. And then you see suddenly the clouds going away and the sun again starting to shine. And there is a sigh of relief that you stood strong through the storming season. And again, you're looking forward to a beautiful winter season coming forward. You're enjoying the blooms of the winters, the fresh fruits that the trees have started to show around. You're feeling cold. And now, as it becomes even colder, and after having observed all the 4 seasons with this tree, from spring to summer to monsoon to winter, and having sustained all the 4 seasons, associate this with your life experiences. In the story of your life, from your childhood till now, what were your high moments when you were in your complete humming and buzzing self? You were just so happy. Who were the people with you? Where were you? What was happening in those major milestone aha moments? One by one, you look at them in these moments of reflection. And you're thankful to God to be blessed with these scenes in your life. with these victories, with these milestones that helped you to have the best of the best in that situation. And now look at your not so good moments, the low moments, when things were not according to you, the challenging situations, the sudden surprises which you never thought you'll have to ever face in life. And yet you moved on. What was helpful in those situations? Where did your strength come from? What helped you most to overcome that situation, to sail through the stormy situation? Note down those qualities that helped you to bounce back. If it was from an illness, if it was from relationship problems, if it was from job problems, what was helpful? And if it was not very easy for you to go through that situation, in this moment of silence, can you prepare? Can you think what you can do differently, having this knowledge of power to tolerate and be strong, how you would have been differently, and edit that scene. People are same, situation is same, but you are different. You are powerful, you are resilient, you are strong. Having heard the story of Rishabh Pant and so many other stories which you might know as an inspiration, to use the power to tolerate and bounce back. If there is a situation at hand now, how do you think? What messages you want to give to yourself? Give those messages now. I'm capable. I'm powerful. I can deal with this. Almighty God is always with me. I'm the master. I radiate peace and strength to all around me and to my situations. I'm sure I will emerge victorious. Success is my birthright. I can make it happen. The whole universe is supporting me. Any messages that are helpful to you in your situation that you think you want to give to yourself. I just gave some sample messages. You can pick up any ones that you feel were most striking for you. Or you can write down your own messages also and use this power to tolerate. Okay? So emerging stronger, 4 seasons, this is the practice. To bounce back, to have the resilience, to be flexible, to be good in your interpersonal skills. Now there is a second point called donor with beggar. Before we move on to that point, I would like to have a small share. Anybody would like to share about your own experiences where you had used power to tolerate, or you have any question about using this power? Anything that is emerging in your mind on so far whatever we have discussed. Debashish, would you like to share? Is there anybody who is joining only today? Anyone from the BK family who are regular at the centers would like to share? Brother Dipankar, would you like to share anything on this? Whatever we share, how was your experience for what we just did?
Sebastian's brother wanted to say, I think.
Yeah. Someone who shared.
Om Shanti, sister. I would like to share some experiences. It will be a very small experience that I practice, day to day. And of course, to use this power, you need to have awareness that you need to, react this way or not react this way. So we are professionals as well as homemakers. So we have to, sustain and take care of the things. So we are more of the side of giver. So when something we ask or something the situation where the other person is a little irritated or demanding unjustly. So if it's a small situation, suppose I keep silence and I give good wish, as in I tolerate, and then I don't have that inside irritation as well. So the next moment the other person comes back in accepting mode. So the whole situation, the hustle that has gone away, and the situation has become more beautiful. That I like about this power of tolerance.
Thank you, Sister Smita. That is the next usage we actually want to discuss. So thank you so much for sharing. The power to tolerate, we saw the usage in bouncing back, and it also has its usage in interpersonal relationships, how we can operate from a space of donor. As you shared your experience, that instead of complaining about it or expecting why the other person is behaving, or I should get respect, I should get valued, how can someone speak to me like that, and why don't they ask me, why don't they come to me, or having all sorts of these desires and expectations from others, being more of in a beggar position, that they should love me, they should respect me, always going around everywhere in a beggar position. When we use the power to tolerate, instead of being in a beggar position, we come in a donor position, where we are operating from a royalty, like how the king and queens will behave and how a beggar will behave. Beggar position is always asking, but king and queen have so much in abundance. They never think about giving this much or that much to anybody. They have so much, in their royalty, that they, even in their slightest dream, they never have, the dream about asking something from somewhere. They have everything in abundance. So similarly, if you operate from that space of being in abundance of our powers, operate from that space of our royalty, then we will never be in that beggar position of, asking for respect, asking for love, expecting from relationships, but we'll instead be in a more compassionate mode, where when we use the power to tolerate, more compassionate and more giving, operating from a space of donor, where we are only blessing people, only they are giving. So doesn't matter what anybody comes up with, they are behaving in that space because they are lacking something inside them. They need that. So having that compassion and giving it to them, giving that peace, giving that strength, giving that space for them to come back to their original self. If we give them that space with that trust and just give them the powers at that time, good wishes from mind, as you shared, people do come back. The situation also diffuse, the conflict doesn't arise, and or even if the conflict has arisen, you can diffuse it with the power of tolerance to have good interpersonal relationships at work and also at home. So always remembering whether I want to be a beggar or I want to be a donor. Do I want to operate from a space of royalty, compassion, royal sanskars, or do I want to operate from a space of beggar sanskars? This is also helpful to use the power of tolerance. जिसके पास जो होगा वो वही देगा ना. So we have to have compassion. have that compassion and give it to people who don't have it.
Sister, I would like to just share one example out there. What I have been practicing in my professional and personal life is forget and forgive, because we are the one who is always keeping the things. If somebody hurt me or somebody said something, then we always try to remember. Even after meeting the person a few years later, we say that, okay, that person has said something to me that he had hurt or she had hurt for me. So I have to be kind of person to keeping all those things before I come to the Gyan and all. So now the thing is that forget and forgive. And the person, if he or she is saying something bad or doing something bad, that is his sanskar, not mine. And why should I accept the things and all? So this is my power. I should have the power of not accepting that if the person is scolding or something saying wrong, then this is my way of whether I should accept or not. So that is the way you can feel light, and then you will be not in the pain so much on the heart and body and all. So it is really a way of you have to come across the situation. The same thing happen in our personal and professional life. Sometimes it happen. So if somebody is not motivated or saying deviating from the work and also, you have to motivate the person with the positive manners. So that positivity is always I try to practice in my, and I'm happy that I have also passed through several papers in life, and now I realize that this is the best way to overcome. Thank you.
Fantastic, brother. Thank you so much for sharing the application. I think you used both the power to let go, where you are forgiving, you're letting go of what happened, and you're freeing that incident from your mind. Easily, you're able to put a stop, which is the previous power, the power to pack up. And then you're also tolerating and having the compassion for the other person and motivating that person to, to get into the positive cycle. These are all interconnected powers. We don't know which one we are using when. Sometimes we use 2 or 3 powers at a time. Just having the powers immersed in our mind also is helpful to use it. If we know that we have these powers, we are in that awareness, then we can use it very easily. So thank you for this wonderful shares. Now, moving on to the next power. For this power also, let's do another exercise. Let's think of 5 people, 5 top people in our life, okay, at home and at workplace. So spending the quality time is also another way of, using this power. Like whatever is the challenge, we put the challenge aside, and we make sure that from our side, what is it that we do? If we are tolerant, then we will not be, withdrawing. Otherwise, what happens? We don't retaliate or we don't react, but we tend to withdraw from people, which is not, which is not ideal situation either. I mean, then we're going poles apart. We are creating some Cold War kind of a situation. So in a true sense, if we want to use the power to tolerate, then we have to operate from we don't have to be beggar, fine, but how do we become a donor? So to become the donor, one is, we give good wishes from mind. At the same time, we give that space for the other person to also bounce back and become that empowered self. So for that, spending quality time. Now, what does quality time mean? Quality time doesn't mean that, we watch a movie together. We are watching, we're not doing anything, or we eat together, or do something, or we play together. That is also good. That's also a way of, enjoying the company of each other. But other than all of that, how much time, just as it's important to have the quality time with self, sitting with ourselves, it's very important to give that quality time to these important people also. Quality time means no discussion about the past. We don't talk about what happened or giving any feedback or any advices, or no talking about the future, no discussion about the work or the business, and no other distractions also. We're not looking at phone, TV, laptops, or books, or doing anything else, or we're not doing any task together, but with a genuine eye contact, just discovering something more about the other person, operating from a space of, we are seated in our self-respect, in soul consciousness, and looking at other person also as originally a very divine, pure soul, empowered soul. Just by looking at them with that power also brings power to them. giving them good wishes in mind. At the same time, just talking to them in a space where they can open up, listening with that kindness, not listening to reply or not listening to judge them, just listening and being available with a genuine eye contact. Sometimes even silence does a lot. So we have to think about how much quality time are we spending with important people in our life, with our spouse, with our children, with our colleagues. Who are those 5 people? Think about them and think about when did you have last this quality time. And if you have not had, then what is it that you are going to do? Is it possible to have this 5 minutes of time in the morning where you just sit and share that space of genuine, gentle, respectful eye contact and just listening and being available, talking about what's happening with them, talking about something general, not related to past, future, advice, feedback, no labeling, just a safe space where that the person can just be unconditionally, just as we can be with God. God doesn't label us, He just accepts us just the way we are. Anytime we go, we only get the positive energy, right? So, can we operate from that space of just letting the other person also feel safe and then spend that quality time with all these 5 people? So, take this moment to think about the 5 people and how you're going to make it happen. If it is at work, then can you take out this 5 minutes to go to their desk and just sit, not talking about tasks? First day, second day, third day, they might think, oh, this person is just coming. What is this? No discussion. Then you might do this with 2, 3 other people also, and they might talk, oh, she was coming to me also, he was coming to me also. But you still continue the practice and you've started sending out new signals to that person. We're constantly sending out signals into the world through our words, through our thoughts, through our actions. If we want to change things, then we can't change others' opinion, but we can only change the signals that we are sending. So from mind, we are sending signals, but also from our words and actions. So if we have this genuine quality time, 11th or 12th day, you don't go to them, what will happen? They will start coming to you. So this is how this unconditional space that we can create for the important people in our life. Think about those 5 people and think about how you're going to attempt to give this quality time to them. And through your eye contact, through your drishti, letting them experience that genuine care for them. Brother Pitabasha, can I now request you to show one video where an experiment was done in 2016 across the world on the importance of this genuine eye contact. In this heavily digital world, people have forgotten to make eye contacts. We talk on messages, we talk on emails, we talk on calls, we talk with people, thousands of miles apart, but we forget to make that eye contact with people who are serving us tea, coffee, food. It could be our helpers also. But just looking in the eye and saying thank you, that itself is a big kindness. So being tolerant and making that eye contact. Let's see this video.
was so exciting. I got to this point that I just couldn't wait to tell you I want to be your friend. I experienced a really amazing connection that couldn't wait to tell you. It was amazing.
First few times you're uncomfortable and it seems forced, but then something beautiful starts to take over and you start to feel people from a level that you don't normally feel, and you start to wonder, why haven't we done this our whole life? Why haven't we always made human connections like that?
It's just raw and honest, and it's true, and it's just incredible. Yeah.
I met someone that was the first time to gaze someone's eyes, and they were petrified to start with. And they just fell into it so effortlessly, and in the end we just had a big hug, and it was so magical that this person had experienced this type of connection.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for sharing that video. So I hope now, not being a beggar and how to be a donor, even simply through your eye contact, by giving that, from your eyes, looking at others in their best form is itself a big kindness and a quality time that we can share and use the power to tolerate and also accommodate. This is linking towards the next power, which is the power to accommodate, which we will discuss in detail in our next session. In our meditation centers, we have this beautiful practice where the center sisters, she gives drishti, we call it drishti, to the eye contact, where each and every person experiences that love and that care only from the eyes. Each person goes and sees the sister, and the power that they give us just by that eye contact fills us for the entire week when we go on Thursdays for the prasad, which we call bhog, and the powered, powerful drishti. So here is my invitation to all of you to experience this at your nearest meditation center this Thursday. Contact any of your nearest meditation center and make a visit to experience this power of drishti and the powerful meal where all the love is stored, and you can experience what impact it has on you, whilst you also do other practices that we shared through the session. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
I have one question. So regarding this exercise, for example, do we need to inform the other person that this is the exercise we are doing? Because genuine eye contact can happen only when the other person also knows, okay, you are doing this. So that's, and especially how does it happen at the workplace? Yeah.
So you can do that sometimes, sometimes you can have this activity in your group that let's do this, let's have just, genuine eye contact. You can show first, if you ask them to do, they'll all start laughing, giggling, different interactions. Then the second round, you show them the video and then you do it again. They'll have a different experience. This is one way of doing it. Other way is, every time it's not possible that you tell everybody. But whoever you see, just look into their eyes. It's very simple. You can even look here. You don't have to look into the eyes, but you can look here in the center of the forehead as a brightly shining star. You are a star and they are also a star. And you just give a genuine gaze that they are also a brightly shining, powerful star. And that itself, radiates a lot of love and care to them. So we can do that with everybody, whoever, at least 50 people you decide that I'll do it today, in front of me, whoever comes in my contact, and if not, then I'll do it in meditation. So it will increase our practice to be that donor and giver and spend that real quality time inside the mind as well as when we are with people. Okay. Thank you. Thank you everybody for joining in. We look forward to see you in the last session after 2 weeks.
Thank you very much, sister. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
It was such an insightful session on the power to tolerate. And through reflective exercises, we learn and explore new ideas of self-empowerment. So the habit of not complaining helps build the power to tolerate. So we had a good time this evening, and we would like to call Sister Smita to conclude this session with her kind words. Yeah, so Om Shanti, Sister Smita.
Om Shanti. Good evening. At the outset, I thank the Almighty Authority, the Supreme Father Shiv Baba, for giving us this opportunity to deliberate on self-empowerment through meditation. I'd like to thank our ITwing leaders, Chairperson of ITwing, Rajyogini Brahma Kumari Asha Didiji, ITwing National Coordinator, Rajyogini Brahma Kumari Madhu Didiji, ITwing Coordinator at Headquarters, Rajyogi Brahma Kumar Yashwant Bhaiji, under whose leadership we have been conducting this kind of programs national-wide. I'd also like to thank Rajyogini Brahma Kumari Leena Didiji, Head of Bhubaneswar Subzone, Rajyogini Brahma Kumari Golab Didiji, Center in charge, Patia Bhubaneswar, who have been providing us the required support and guidance. I would like to thank our esteemed speaker, Sister B.K. Archana, who has given time from her busy schedule and shared her insights on powers. Last but not the least, I also thank all our team members, hosting team members, and most importantly, all the participants who have taken time from their busy schedule and joined with us. Thank you again. Thanks, our Supreme Father Shiv Baba. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Om Shanti. Bye-bye. Have a good week ahead.
हम इस शरीर के अंदर स्वयं को मस्तक की भ्रुकुटी में चमकती हुई ज्योति महसूस करें। एक ऐसी लाइट जिससे दिव्य प्रकाश सारे वायुमंडल में फैल रहा है। अनुभव करें कि मुझ आत्मा के पिता परमात्मा, जो कि सर्व शक्तियों के सागर है, उनसे अष्ट शक्तियों की किरणें निकल मुझ आत्मा पर प्रवाहित हो रही है। एक एक कर सभी अष्ट शक्तियां मुझ में समाती जा रही है। निर्णय करने की शक्ति, सामना करने की शक्ति, सहयोग की शक्ति, विस्तार को संकीर्ण करने की शक्ति, समेटने की शक्ति, सहन शक्ति, समाने की शक्ति, परखने की शक्ति, ये सभी शक्तियां प्राप्त कर मैं आत्मा शक्ति स्वरूप का अनुभव कर रही हूँ। अब ये शक्तियाँ मुझ आत्मा से निकलकर संपूर्ण विश्व में फैल रही है, जिससे सभी आत्माएं शक्तियों से संपन्न बनती जा रही है और सारा वातावरण पवित्रता और शुद्धता से संपन्न होता जा रहा है।